Hello folks and welcome back. We're at Sophy AI and we're diving into race 2 today. We're not going to hold back, we're just going to dive straight in. There's 4 races, beginner, intermediate, expert and 1 versus 1. It looks like we're in the R32 GTR V-Spec. We're going round our... SAS. And settings for the car today. Assists will be traction control 1, default ABS, everything else off. Controller settings, open button configuration, 0 controller sensitivity steering, 5 and 6 on the bottom 2. Now she's round our SAS. It looks like we've got a range of competitive cars. So let's see how we do, shall we folks? It's rolling start, 2 laps. I'm guessing we're going to start on like the soft tyres. No, we're on racing hards. Happy days. Well, let's see what does then. Car feels relatively smooth. It brakes well. That's the Primarliy of Mr. Green. Could have gone faster probably. What's up next? Looks like a Supra. Car feels okay, yeah. Brake down for the next corner. Sophy blue. Red gives me a touch up the back end. Bit of smoke from Mr. Blue there in front. Just 2 laps this one. But we got on the gravel. What's that, an Evo? I don't know what that is. It's a Lancer Evo, yes it is. Dive into this corner. Handles nicely this car after a little bit of first lap unsurety. We will just keep pushing on. Well, as with things, top left hand corner there we can see some smiley faces and sad faces from the old AI. That's just, I guess, an indicator of their attitude. I've seen some comments about that saying people don't really get what it's about, but if that's them reflecting on how they're going to drive, whether that's aggressive or placid or whether they're just going to let it go, if they're happy, they're happy. They'll look relatively sad because I'm in front, I guess. Oh, we've just hit that a bit hard, that inside corner. Lopped us off, but it's not an issue. We're hoping for a clean race bonus and the win, so these should be, I don't know, 10 grand payout I guess is what they're going to give us. Lots of anti-lag from the engine by the feel. Racing hard. I don't know what tyre's going to come next. 2:12 opening lap. See if we can put a nice little fastest lap in. Violet's coming up through the pack. That's the one we're racing against really. The others are just obstacles. Violet, I'm guessing, is in a identical car to what we're in. Same tyre conditions, same PP. And my guess is that Violet is going to be the competitive side that I want to be racing against. I don't see it as it going to be easy, and that's what I want. From an AI, I'm looking for some serious challenge. And I want it to react like a human would as well, if you see what I mean. From the video in the first one, you'll see that I was using all possible capable moments of tipping back ends as they would to me, and that's what I anticipate, because ever since we've been playing GT7, the AI have liked to have their moments. They're not afraid of giving you a nudge and a push, and when you get into real racing you'll find that drivers do that too as well. They'll unsettle you, they'll give you a tap on the bumper on a fast straight, they'll they'll put their nose up the inside and expect you to give them quarter, give them room for them to come through, because in some senses the car in front has the right of way, but sometimes the faster car has the right of way. Sometimes the car on the particular spot on the track has the right of way, and that's what we're going to explore with Sophy, to see if Sophy understands that and plays its part in the race. It's great when you're racing against a car that's faster into a corner, because you touch his back end, it'll brake and leave the apex, and that's where you want to take. And that's the end of lap 2. We should see us with the fastest lap, I'm sure. And there we go. Clean race? No clean race bonus, so it's 20,000 for that one. That was running off the track and giving it a tap, but hey ho, not to worry, we're not perfect. Skip into the next race in this series. Going up one intermediate, same car, no PP's 555.11, so a drop of 100 pp. My guess is that's tyres. We're not going to give you the settings again, we're just going to jump straight in again. And we're on sports medium, so that is quite a drop down. So we'll just feel that out into turn 1. Yeah, the car likes to slide a bit. As I say, the one to watch is Violet behind us. I did refer to Sophy man. Violet could be Sophy woman. Oh, we've run a bit wide there. We've locked up. Sophy's looking kind of ready for us, but we caught up to the same spot as we were last race, and he's not going to be able to hold us off. We are going to slide right up the inside there, and away we go. Brake just as we come under the gantry. Second gear. Line the Evo up for a pass, maybe around the long sweeper. See how we go on. Going to tee him up now, dive down the inside. Now we've got to keep an eye on Violet. Oh, Blue's come back up the inside, happy days. And that's what I mean about Sophy realising that they can do to you what you can do to them. So we were nice and solid on the track there. We've got a lot more weight than the Evo. Violet has yet to get past red, so let's keep pushing. We messed it up here last time, so just ease off and apply the throttle. Violet's not past Rouge as yet. Here we go then. Boom, boom, boom. Violet is now past Rouge. We're 1.25 seconds ahead, so see if we can stretch that out a little bit and keep them behind us. So Violet is putting pressure on Blue, and you can see Blue face is a little bit changing. I wasn't sure what to make of the smiley face thing in the top left hand corner. They are shown above the car, so I guess that's a bit of an indicator as to how they're going to drive. For those of you that played GT5 etc, do you remember when we had the AI remote control where we could change a driver's attitude? I think that's a reflection on them, you know, where you had the racing where you were the race manager and you could swap in and out AI drivers. You could do like a 48-hour race, 24-hour race, 1,000-mile race, and you could control the AI. And I'm guessing that is an indication of the switchable type attitude. You could make them be overtaking minded, you could make them drive defensively, you could make them drive with fuel economy in mind. If that's the case, then that's just the same technology remastered. But it's great to see them doing the advancements in the AI, trying to think of how to give us more competition without it being thoroughly online focused, because I think the online has lost its way at the moment in time, and that's probably reflected in the FIA's decision to take the online racing somewhere else for the World Championship, etc. But that'll never change. It's going to be a hotly competitive thing between the producers of this type of simulator, or this type of game, if that's how you feel. But hey ho, here we go, coming around to the last corners. We are 3.1 seconds ahead of Violet. See what kind of lap time we put in, a 2:14 maybe. Yeah, 2:14 something gets us across the line in first place. Happy days, that's where we want to be. And there we are, 3.27 seconds ahead. Fastest lap with a 2:14.420. See how you do against that, folks, if that's what you're competing with. And there we go, clean race bonus, 45,000 credits. Happy days. All adds to the mileage. And then we're going into race number 3 of this little set, which is expert. See what the PP changes to, 542. So we're just going to drop down one there on tyres, I think. Will we comfort mediums maybe? Let's see. Same setup, same position, same car. Sports mediums. Okay. This is expert. Violet is behind us, just a little way. We approach that first corner slightly slower than we would normally, because we haven't got the full run in. There we go. There's green behind us with no real troubles. Got a full-on slide. Single tyre fire going up from Rouge. See if we can take the outside line and cut back to the inside on the outcome of the corner. There we go, that's the way. Celica GT4 it was, not a Supra. Well, correct me. Beat me to death with a wet flannel for getting that one wrong. Sophy Blue, so we're coming to catch Sophy Blue now. In the sort of similar place to last time, the tyres really not making much difference in terms of how the race is. Violet isn't coming through much quicker. Let's see if we can just go around the outside here. Sophie's got a front tyre fire going, he's pushing me wide, we're just going to keep him honest. There we go, no dramas. Looks like a bit more of a race though, doesn't it? Violet yet to overtake Rouge. Up the hill we go. Looked like Blue was taking an interesting inside line there, but he kind of messed that up. He came through extremely quickly onto the final lap. Changed down to second gear. Clip the latter part of the apex, and away we go again. So Violet is now up with Blue. And from the smiley faces, will we see when Violet takes over? We'll see the place change, of course, we know that. Only 2 seconds behind, so we'll just keep it buried as we go around this corner. Let the cut-off just had to lift. An interesting line through there. That was more of a panic line. Violet's now ahead, but we're now pulling away. interesting that you used a time differential to say how far we are ahead. I've been trying to work that out recently, where really the best thing should be a distance, not time, because how do you know the difference in two cars? That's got to be quite... Yeah, I haven't got my head around that. That's got to be quite unrepresentative time, because it all depends on the difference in speed between the two cars and how long it would take to... That must be one hell of a calculation to work out in time. Distance would be better, I think. And that's probably why there's only one indication of time between first and second place. You don't get the time to third, fourth and fifth. Tell you what, this is going to be an interesting race when we get to me versus Violet. This is a four-wheel drive car, is it? So we should have an interesting line off the grid. I'm hoping I got the inside line for the corner. There'll be lots of sliding, I would suggest. Depends what tyres they give us. Oh my! That was never supposed to happen. Oh. Here we go then, folks. Down a second gear. We'll just run off the track and use the grass, why not? Yeah, Vert's a bit surprised at us doing that. Well, there we go. We'll get ahead. A little bit of a nudge from Green Man. And we're going to catch up on what I thought was a Supra, but it's actually a Celica GT4 in the Rouge. Single tyre fire away from the corner, happy days. We've probably got the same. No smoke from the back though, it seems. We're a little bit further behind this time out. Had to just brake there, let him go. Brake underneath the banner. Second gear, dive in and away. Let's chase them down. Giving us a bit more of a race this time. Sophie's driving angry and Violet's coming, so we're going to take Sophie around the outside, Rouge around the outside, that's the way. Bit of a front tyre fire from Blue, bit of a nudge on our inside. We'll line up Blue for the run up the hill, one would suggest. Rally pedigree cars this lot seem to be, except for the one we're driving, which isn't really rally at all. I've never seen a Skyline in a rally event, tarmac rally even. So that's us into the head of the race at first place now. Takes a really strange line there, the Evo. Forces into a late braking manoeuvre, but we're away. Now look back to watch Violet take on Blue, because Blue will go defensive, one would expect. And we push on up the hill. Low flying helicopter in the distance, following somebody around the track who I don't know who that would be. When it comes to it, Violet is now ahead, 0.615 of a second, and coming for us. This is the expert mode, so you'd expect it to be quite competitive as we just bang in a purple sector. Try and get the car sliding to get us in a straighter exit. Just pulling out that bit more time ahead, 0.7. 0.7 again, so just keeping them at a relative distance. I'm expecting them to catch through here. in the early part of the corner. Now we've done alright, we've pulled out through there quite well. I'm not overly concerned at this point. So how do I feel at this point about Sophy? In these lower levels of racing on different PP, my guess is they are all about encouraging strength, etc. But I still don't think they're really, at this point, I don't think the expert is expert. We are able to win without a real element of bumping and grinding. She's on her way back there, Violet, but she's not going to get us. We should put in another purple sector, one would expect. There we go, 15.9, a 2:15.9, which has done the do. Then we go on to the final race. Do we get a clean race? No, we don't get clean race. I wonder why that is, because we left the track early on. That'll be what it is. We didn't really bump it. Well, we got a couple of bumps, but not from anyone dramatically. And there we are, win by a second, which isn't too shabby. And on to the 1 versus 1, 502 pp. And let's have a look at the leaderboard, shall we? You'll notice I've never done this one. There's only 2 people that's done it. Tommy and Sphinx. And a 4:46. What's that going to look like then? A 4:36 gets you in the top 10 superstars. Well, let's give it a whirl. And on the brakes. Watching, bury the throttle, and we're gone. Oh, we're a bit level, we're a bit level. We're leaning on each other going up the hill. This will be a challenge. We're behind, so we've got the red indicator. Whoa, what? Don't know what happened there. Do not know what happened there at all. He decided to brake like Billy Ocean and just cut across the front of us. That was not me, I promised. I did not T-bone him. I did not pit maneuver. Well, might have pit maneuvered him, but I'll take it. 8 seconds in the lead. Let's see if we can hold that off. See if we can put in some decent times to get us to the top of our leaderboard. It's a challenging race, this one. Sophy sort of messed themselves up there with a bit of a twitchy brake manoeuvre. See if we can hold this time off just to help. His car will be a bit of a wreck, or her car will be a bit of a wreck, one would suggest. But this will be us on the way to at least completing the first lap on our own. 8-second lead, it's down to 5. Absolutely tanking it. He's got the smiley face on, so he's going to be driving aggressive. Just got to watch the opposite lock under braking. Try and get the car round the corners. 5 seconds. 4 it's down to. Must be a calculation based on distance. Don't think I'm going to get a clean race bonus for this one. She's all over the show, isn't she, on these comfort softs? Horrible tyres. 1 seconds is all we've got over this bad boy, so we've got to go express for the rest of this lap. Oh, he's sliding into that apex of that corner, coming like a steam train. Just 1.2 seconds. That was the scene of the crime just there. car controlled through there. We're just a bit slow on the exit. Right, she's with us. What's she gonna do? She's gonna come up the inside, give me a tap, try and get some revengio. Not gonna let her have the inside line off the corner. Panicked a bit, balked me on that one. She just went wide. She's going to try and get up the inside here. She's tumped me. Don't like being tumped. Just 2-3 more corners really, which will make the difference. Got to break straight line to this one. She's going to T-bone me. Got to hold the car tight. I haven't held it tight enough. She's going to get the run. She's backed off. She blew it again. Unlucky, Sophie. You're not having that. I'm having that. You had 2 tyres on the grass. That was what was going to happen. That wasn't the cleanest, but that's just got her to the end. A 2:23, a 4:51 in total, and I think that's going to put us somewhere near the bottom. We got a 2:23 fastest lap. I don't think that's going to be a very prestigious run to the top of the tree, is it? Yeah, we're third by some 4 seconds. 6 seconds behind Tommy Redline, but we're on the top of the list, and I encourage you to go out there and get it, folks. Well, that was interesting. That was more competitive. That was more of a challenge. It was a longer lap, and it was a slightly more difficult set of tyres. Try and say that in one sentence. That's difficult. But there we have it, folks. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.